You too. Was hanging. Motherfucking nigga again, man. And I thought I might share some cautionary tale with the young men and old men alike. You dig? 'Cause I'm kind of like in between. You know what I'm saying? So boom. Number one, I don't care how she look. I don't care what she say. I don't care about none of that shit. Do not wife a groupie for my artists, my young fly niggas in the hood, because you don't have to be a famous person or doing something, art or something to um to have groupies and shit. Don't wife a fucking groupie, man. That's number one. Just don't do it, man. Don't do it. I'm gonna tell you why, man. All right, so back some years ago, I had split up with the mother of my kids and shit for a brief moment. We had got back together. We tried it one more time after that, and it didn't work, or whatever. But I had met this other chick I was living in. I wasn't living in Virginia. I really don't want to put too much, I don't want to embarrass nobody. But and I met her at a period where I was young. I think I had one child, recording a lot of music, really trying to find my way to through life, basically. Still trying to learn myself. You think you have it, figured out at a certain point. But yeah. So when I first initially seen her, I seen her in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we was super focused on our music. We was doing shows. It was like networking, connecting with people. And when I first seen her, she came with a bunch of girls and shit, and they weren't really my speed. I was like, nah, they ain't down. I even was like, used to. My nigga was like, what about that one? Like we had went to the gas station in between the session, all of us, the girls and the guys. I was like, no, hell no, that's not it. That's not it. I called her nicknames and all. I made fun of her, right? So boom. Now kick it with these same group of girls about 2 weeks later. You know what I'm saying? This time we not in the studio. We go get a hotel room, right? So we get a hotel room, and me and her get the clicking in there. You know what I'm saying? So we find out that we like each other like that night. Like, damn, you cool as the bitch. I'm like, yeah, you is too. I was like, man, I thought you were just one of these little. Da, 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 da. That's why I didn't even talk to you last time. And shit, I be, you know what I'm saying? So, long story short, we started dating, right? Started dating. Black eyed peas. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm doing that. We started dating and shit, and goddamn, we clicking like every day for the next 6 months. We was literally together. Like she would come straight from her job. I'd be as soon as I'm finished in the studio. Every fucking day we was buying hotel rooms every day, single hotel rooms. You know what I'm saying? Spending a lot of time, had a lot of good times. You know what I'm saying? She was just like me almost. What you doing, Chanel? She was just like me almost. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like she was the female version, not me. So fast forward again, we get an apartment together. All right. So now we together probably like I think I said 6 months first. I think I meant 3 months. So now it's about 6 month mark when we get the apartment. So we get the apartment, right? She get it in her name. Get locked up. Oh, I got locked up a couple times throughout our relationship. So, and when I got locked up, she was putting money on my phone every fucking day. $75, $50, $75, $50, 25. I used to ride the phone. That's when I used to go to jail. And I don't like to dwell on it, but to the niggas that know, you know what I'm saying? When niggas go to jail, they ride that phone. And then niggas that's how you do your bid. You don't ever see a nigga face. That's all you see from nigga, huh? Oh, you going next? So, you know what I'm saying? So I was riding the phone heavy and shit. And I remember one time in that motherfucker, I called her. And this was like when Travis Porter was out. Everybody remember them. Make It Rain, bitch, the group from Atlanta. So I called her one day. I was like, what you doing, man? She was like, shit, over here with my friend. And her friend, to me, was kind of like super groupie status. Just I could tell how she moved. She was full fledged with the shits. Like I can tell, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, for real, what y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? She like, oh, nothing. You know that group, Travis Porter? I'm like, yeah, yeah, I fuck with their music. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's like, yeah, they over here. I'm like, huh? Travis? The fuck? You know what I'm saying? So the shit they talking about is get their dick sucked by bitches and stripper holes and you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh my God. I already knew in my head, I'm like, man. And that's when it was hot. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of underground but rising, but they was big in Atlanta, super big. I was like, damn, she either gonna suck somebody's dick or them niggas gonna fuck. And she was stupid, fucking. Well, at that time she wasn't drunk, so I tried to call her back. She's like, all right, call me back later, cause da da da. So I get out right before we get locked down around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Call her again, she don't pick up. So it automatically in my head, I'm laying in the bed like, this bitch ain't picked the phone up. I'm like, man, I know them niggas is just running the train. Something's going on, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, damn, stupid, you in jail. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be in fucking jail. Which, yes and no. You know what I'm saying? She keep it trill. If she should hold me down, she said she gonna do that. Anyways, like I said, I was young. So I called her the next day. I'm like, hey babe, what you doing? She like, man, I just got off work. I'm like, for real? I'm like, what happened last night? She was like, oh man, I got a big bruise on my. She said she got so drunk that she fell down the stairs and shit. So automatically, I mean, I ain't mean to be cruel or, sound selfish, but I'm just thinking, that bitch got dead drunk. I know somebody did something. Them niggas she probably gave them niggas head. Them niggas nutted in her mouth. Use my language. I'm just being real. That's how I was thinking at the time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, but I ain't saying that. I'm like, all right. I'm like, fuck it. She put money on my phone and whatever, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So this is before we had the crib. I think we ain't get the part yet. So I come home. Everything's gravy, right? I only stayed for like 3 weeks, a month, or something like that. Everything gravy, back to normal. Um, So I get locked back up again, my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? I get locked back up again, bro, for like violation of probation, my nigga. Like, oh my God, some stupid shit. So yeah, they locked me up in the probation office. They called me down there, act like they won't gonna lock me up, and was like, nigga, you getting locked up. So I'm like, fuck. Um, so boom. So I come home. Then this time I stay for like fucking a month and a half, a month and a week. You know what I'm saying? So they let me get off papers because they said a time served. You know what I'm saying? You obviously probation ain't working for you. So I come home and she's kind of the energy kind of shifted. She wasn't really like a complete asshole, but it was getting there. So I'm like, all right, boom. So somehow, like I said, we wasn't staying together just yet. We was just about to get it. My second time when I went in. But somehow I was staying with like my partner, this other little chick that I knew. Me and her, the other chick, we weren't having sex, but I was staying with a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like a grown woman. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm calling her, and then one night she just got down. Her ex pick up the phone. Like she supposed to be at her mama house and shit. She all drunk up because this bitch used to drink like a motherfucker. She gets so drunk she don't even know what the fuck she doing. Like no cap. End up getting a DUI and everything. Um, so you on the phone. Yeah, nigga. I'm like, yo, who the fuck is this? Yeah, nigga, I got your bitch, nigga. She in the back. Give me my phone. She's so drunk. You get burn my. She done burnt herself. I can hear all this shit in the background. You nigga, hang up. Never hear from him. Stupid, silly me. Take her back. I'm like, man, look, man, this is the last fucking time, bro. I ain't fucking with you, short. Like, I'm gonna cut your ass off. So right there, I think what kind of certified us, we said, fuck it, we gonna get an apartment together. So we gonna live together, you know what I'm saying? So she got it in her name. I was getting like little trap money. I ain't really have. Did I have a stable job? I think I might have was working at fucking KFC or some shit like that, like some little part time gig. And was making like little trap money. I was still rapping and shit, just trying to put the pieces together. You know what I'm saying? By this time, the mother of my kids had left um, Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? That's where this shit happened at. Um, so yeah, so we living together. I get locked up again fighting with her. I had a fucking warrant, right? And I was using my nigga name. And I got so drunk this time. Me and her was beefing all day. I left out. My nigga took me out like, man, come on, bro. No, it's all right. I'll take him. Went and had a good time at the mall, smoked some good weed, came back, her and her girlfriend in the living room. I'm like, what's up? I'm thinking everything's squashed. I'm like, what's up, Shahid? What's up? Like, what's up? What's up? Like, shit. So I'm like, fuck it. Them like, oh, y'all drinking this shit? I'm like, oh, all right, chilling. I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? Me and bruh, he there too. And bro was trying to get at her friend. So I'm like, cool, we just kick it. Let me squash this shit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. It's like a Friday. It's like fuck, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, next thing you know, that bitch just, I put a piece in the oven, one of them Tostitos pieces, put that bitch in the oven, and she said, some, man, that bitch did some, bro. I said, some, man, that motherfucking, she was taking the piece out of the oven, and I took the piece out of the oven and gave it to her. She grabbed it and she said that shit. Nigga, I slapped that motherfucking piece out of her hand. Hot cheese hit the wall, hit my nigga, hit her friend. Like fresh out the oven, hot cheese. It ain't even dry yet. Like this shit is scorching. Bitch. So she's like, nigga, get out. Da, da, da. So let me fuck this shit, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? So I go out there. As soon as I walk out, they'll get some air. The bitch locked me out. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. The bitch didn't lock me out. So she locked me out and shit. Um, I get so faded, I fall asleep on the front of my nigga end up leaving, you know what I'm saying? I get so faded, I fall asleep on the front of the door, like my back is to the apartment door, you know what I'm saying? I just remember waking up and I had my ID. I told you I had a warrant, I had my ID. But I used to not carry my ID unless I was going to go to the store because they had ID me sometimes. But this time I kept it because I went to the mall earlier. I thought we was gonna buy some beer or something. I think we did. I'm so inebriated I can't even say my name is my name is such and such, and it's hanging out my little pocket in the Levi's, a little change keys pocket. So I woke up in jail, whatever. Stay in jail this time for she didn't put no money on my phone this time. Even though it was $50, because I went to a different jail. I went to the real big city. I went to Wright Street. Shout out to my niggas that was in Wright Street, Fulton County, Atlanta. You know, so I was in there when Gucci was in there, Baby Huey, T.I. I was in there with 30 deep. If you from the A, you know about all these people and shit. Um, so I step in there, I'm like, whole time I'm thinking like, damn man, you know, because that's my house. I got all my clothes and everything there. Like I'm live there too. I live there too. So I come home and shit. I get released at like 5 in the morning, some weird shit. You know, and down there they give you a bus ticket if you ain't got no ride. You know what I'm saying? Because I was calling her, and she wasn't picking up. So I said, fuck it. I'm gonna wait till 5 o'clock or wait till 5:30 whenever the train start running. I catch the train, boom, go back all the way to the crib. I pop up thinking I'm thinking it's about to be litty. I'm like, oh shit, nigga, that's litty. She gonna be surprised. Like, nigga, that's lit. I come in that bitch. She got her cousin boyfriend, the baby. The house is a wreck. Right before I got locked up, we only had the apartment for like motherfucking a month and a half, 2 months, not even 2 months, like a month and a half. This shit looked like it wasn't even new no more. Spots on the carpet. The energy was just different. I'm like, it looked like a big ass dirty room, like the whole house. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, stepping up, like, I come in the room, she in the room sleep. I wake her ass up like, hey baby, I'm back. Oh hey. So I lay down with her. You know what I'm talking about. No, I'm talking about. Put her back to sleep. Get up. Want to go smoke a cigarette outside. Get on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Call my partners and shit. Let them know I'm out. So I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. Her phone is just vibrating like a bitch, but it's face down. So I'm like, I'm looking at her. I'm not the type to even check her phone. I'm like, okay, all right, what the fuck is this? All right, whatever. So I picked the phone up and it's a message. It's from my nigga who I was about to call. You know what I'm saying? And it said his name. First, I'm like, how is his name even saved there? But I was like, maybe because when my phone, I leave my phone or my phone be cut off for like a day or something, I would use her phone. You know what I'm saying? Because my nigga had to smoke, I had some weed. If he didn't have weed, or if I didn't have weed and he had weed, I would buy some from him, vice versa. So, but the message said, I want to fuck you again. So I'm like, hmm. Again means it happened before in my head. I'm like, again means it happened before. So I look at her. I'm like, fuck it. I got my phone too. I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna take her phone. I'm gonna call this nigga and see what he on. You know what I'm saying? So I proceeded to walk out the door quietly. You know what I'm saying? Walk down the stairs, get on the phone, and boy, part two coming up. I'm gonna tell y'all what happened.